May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So this story from our Old Testament reading today is a really pivotal moment in Jacob's life. It's out of this wrestling with God and himself that Jacob receives a new name, a new calling, one that the people of God will carry throughout the scriptures and generations and to today. Israel, the one who struggles with God. The powerful message of this story, though, lies also when this moment occurs in Jacob's life. You may remember Jacob was born the youngest twin. And after tricking his older brother out of his birthright, not once, but twice, Jacob runs off into exile and makes a new family. And this moment from today, it happens just before Jacob is about to return home and meet his brother for the first time since their incredibly rough falling out. And Jacob does not know what we know, that across the stream his family just crossed, Esau will forgive and embrace him. The moment of reconciliation between the wronged brother and the exiled brother is coming. But there's something Jacob must do first. Jacob must struggle with God, wrestle within himself. Jacob needs to hang on in the struggle, to persevere and persist, even when his hip is dislocated, even as dawn is breaking. He stays engaged until he is blessed, until he has clarity on the way forward, on who he is to be. In so many ways, we are standing right now with Jacob right before we cross the stream on the Jabbok River. As a nation, as a world, we are divided and broken, wronged and exiled. The promised moment of reconciliation lies ahead, but sometimes I'm not totally sure it's coming. Perhaps you stand here too, in your own life, struggling between parts of yourself, struggling with your families and communities, whether to regather or stay closed, whether to shift funding away from police or to double down on law and order, whether to start college this fall or defer a year, whether to stay in this job or marriage or town that's tearing you apart. The good news of Jacob's story is that this struggle is holy. God is in this struggle. We just need to hang on until we are blessed by it, until our way forward is clear. Our prayer book teaches that the ministry of the church, our purpose here on earth, is reconciliation. We are to continue the work of Jesus Christ in reconciling God to humanity, ourselves to one another. We promise to strive for justice and peace among all people. And God promises right back. The moment of reconciliation is coming. A couple weeks ago, I met up with over 50 middle and high school youth from all across the diocese, including 7 St. Andrew's kids from our youth group. And these kids, they chose to come to this virtual camp to give up 2 hours of their summer every day for a week on Zoom because they're passionate about racial justice, because they wanted to learn how to be in the struggle. And struggle we did. I listened as white kids from the suburbs grappled with feelings of shame and guilt and powerlessness, as Black youth spoke about why this moment in our country matters. And we stayed in it, in uncomfortable conversations, in disagreement and wondering, and I'll tell you, by the end, man, did I feel blessed. Blessed by these kids and the voices they discovered, the power and purpose they found within themselves. And on that Friday, A group of St. Andrew's kids met with their state senator to share about what they learned. One of our St. Andrew's sophomores got up and told her story about why fair treatment of her Black classmates in school mattered to her. And our kids, they stayed in that Zoom call until the representative blessed them and committed to staying with them in the struggle for fairness and reconciliation in Massachusetts schools. The struggle itself is holy. God is in this struggle, and through it, we can find our way. I'm so proud of St. Andrew's for taking on watching the film 13th about racism and reading Dr. Kendry's book on anti-racism this summer, and for St. Michael's for taking up anti-racist learning and study this summer as well. We are stepping into this struggle together as parish communities, not because we all agree, not because we know exactly what to do to heal the world, but because the story of Jacob teaches us, our youth are teaching us, this struggle, this grappling, it's holy and necessary and of God. We need to stay in it. So as you're reading and watching and discussing, remember Jacob on the Jabbok River. When you find yourself getting angry or overwhelmed, when you want to throw this book across the room, keep reading. When you feel dislocated and out of joint, like the person you're talking with is speaking a whole different language, keep listening. When you feel as if you cannot hang on any longer, not sure of who you are or what you're meant for, keep engaged. Stay with this until we are all blessed by it. Stay in this until we know in our hearts our new purpose and call. Amen.